This is to do a side-by-side comparison of how loud or not the Ninja blender is compared to the Hamilton Beach blender. I bought the Ninja blender first, and I had to warn everyone before I turned it on in the kitchen so that they wouldn't get startled. I put the same ingredients in each of the containers. I'm going to close them up and start this video again. To show you how easy it is, I had to invert this Ninja blender container, and you just plop it on there, and then I didn't have to invert this one, and then I just put it on there. So the first I will test is the pulse setting. Without the sound barrier on. Okay, now is the smoothie setting. You might notice I'm going to stop it because the ingredients are stuck up there and it's too thick for the thing to blend it. So there's no way for me to tamp it down at the moment, maybe. Then I will show you the smoothie setting for, this is without the sound shield. These ingredients are also having trouble, but you can pop this top off and use the tamper. This has been sitting a little bit. Let's see if we can blend it again. They have two settings, if your stuff is very hard to blend or if it's easy to blend. So let's try the hard setting. It started, but then now it's still having trouble. As you can see, it's still having trouble, and the only way to fix that is to take it off, unscrew the lid, and move the ingredients around. So there you go, side-by-side comparison. Even without the sound shield, the Hamilton Beach blender is much quieter, and the sound shield does make a tiny bit of difference. It's also very good as a pitcher. You can use it as a pitcher to pour things. I had the Ninja blender first. And as I said, I had to warn everybody in the kitchen before I turned it on. I don't have to do that with the Hamilton. Thank you.
All right, this review is for the Hamilton Beach Professional 1800 watt blender with programs. You're seeing everything that the blender comes with. So the features are pretty standard. It's got the base that it sits on. It's got the container. This part does come off for easy cleaning, which is kind of nice. And then you've got the selector here, so you can set a program, smoothie, and it'll go for a minute, crush, puree, and clean. And then over here, these are the standard speeds. So what's different with this is instead of counting down a program, it will start counting up to a maximum of 5 minutes once you start it. So I'm going to use one program and I'm going to do one variable speed just to get the sense of it. So I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to crush ice, which is kind of a standard blender operation, and the other one I'm going to do a sauce base, which is another standard blender operation. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to seat the container on the stand, and we're going to put the lid on. This thing it's for like pounding stuff into the top, but I'm not going to be doing that. It's for like making butters and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and do the crush program, and we'll see what it does. Alright, so that is the crush program, and let's take a look at the final results here. So I don't do a lot of ice blending, but that seems pretty well blended, or crushed I guess I should say. There's still some larger pieces in here, but it has the consistency basically of snow, so that's not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and reset this, and then we'll do the sauce test. Alright, we have the sauce base ready to go. This is ready to be blended up into a smooth sauce. So we're going to go ahead and put the lid on it, and we'll give it a try. In case you were wondering, I'm putting the lid on one-handed while I'm filming, so that is a pretty easy to put on lid. So we're going to go ahead and set this to the first speed, and I'll go ahead, and what I'll do is I'll ramp it up all the way to 10 slowly, and then I'll bring it back down again on about, I'd say about a minute countdown, maybe a little less than that. It'll probably be about 30 seconds. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so that was about exactly 30 seconds, and let's go ahead and check the consistency of the sauce. And let's see here. That looks pretty good. So I would say that is ready to go for our sauce. So as you could see, anything after the 6 is pretty heavy duty. This is definitely a nice blender. It has a lot of very fine control, much more so than you get in a standard blender of kind of just the chop, puree, liquefy kind of options. It gives you some more in-between modes, especially with this selector mode. I probably wouldn't use the programs all that often, although having a clean mode is kind of nice, and definitely the crush mode is nice. I can't find anything wrong with this. This is a very well put together product. It's even kind of quiet as long as you have it on the slower speeds. So I'm going to go ahead and give this 5 stars. 5 stars.